Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students, this is lecture 6. This lecture is a continuation of the topic of stress placement in simple English words. Today we are going to talk about how to syllabify two-syllable words. Two-syllable words mean the words that have two syllables only. If you remember, we indicated that in the case of having a word with one syllable, assigning stress to this word is easy, as we have one syllable only, so we give it stress and that's all. But what if we have two syllables? In English, as we said, in which there is no fixed syllable, the two syllables in the two-syllable words may attract the stress. One of them may attract the stress. Okay? So we have two options, either to give stress to the first syllable or to give it to the second syllable. But is it possible to have both syllables stressed? No. We cannot give primary stress to the first and the second syllable at the same time. Only one of them can attract the stress. The other one will be either unstressed or take maybe secondary stress. Now we have important rules that we should pay attention to when giving stress to two-syllable words. As for nouns, as we said in the previous lecture, the grammatical category of the word is an important factor in deciding which syllable is to attract the stress. That is the part of speech. Is the word is a noun? Is it a verb, an adjective, an adverb, or so on? So in the case of giving stress to nouns, there is a tendency, that means it's often the first syllable, or the syllable that is near the beginning, to the left side of the word, that syllable is often stressed. Again, in nouns there is a tendency to have stress near the beginning of the word, to the left side of the word. So in our case today of having two-syllable words, the first one is the one that is most often stressed. Okay? The case is different when we talk about verbs and adjectives. This is the second rule. The tendency in verbs and adjectives is to be stressed near the end, not the beginning. So we start from the right side of the word. So nouns are stressed near the beginning, the first syllable. Verbs and adjectives are stressed near the end, the last syllable. That is, or the second syllable when we talk about two-syllable words. Now, can we give stress to both syllables? No. The primary stress is given to one of them. Now, let's talk about the process of placing stress on verbs. And don't forget the second rule, which is about verbs. The tendency is to give the stress nearer the end. So two-syllable verbs are stressed in this way. First of all, give stress to a verb of two syllables. To give it, actually we should look at what? At the final syllable, that is the second syllable. If that syllable is strong, we give it stress. So we start from the left side, nearer the end of the word, and we go to the second syllable and check. If that syllable is strong, we give it stress. If that syllable is weak, what shall we do? We go to the first. If the final syllable is weak, we give stress to the first syllable. Now, how to decide if a syllable is strong or weak? In the previous lecture, we talked about one of the most important factors that should be taken into consideration when placing stress on syllables, which is the structure of the syllable. And when we talk about the structure, we mean the structure of the rhyme, that is the nucleus and the coda, the vowel, and what comes after the vowel. These two components of the syllable decide if the syllable is strong or weak. With examples, I hope it's going to be clearer. Let's have the first example. The word apply. Apply. This word is a verb. We should know first that this word is a verb. So the rules of stressing verbs is that the final syllable, we go to the final syllable. This is actually not the correct syllable, the correct symbol for the short I. Let's have it like this, though this is not always used in IPA system. Anyway, so we have apply, apply, apply. So we go to the second syllable. It is ply. Pele are irrelevant because this is the onset. We have a look at the rhyme. Here we have the diphthong I, the diphthong I, which means that it is a strong syllable. So we give it stress. And if you can see here, this short vertical line at the beginning of the second syllable means that this syllable is stressed, while the first one is weak. We don't even look at it. We have a look directly at the second syllable. And the second syllable is strong, so we give it the stress. Now, what about this verb? Enter. Enter. So this is a verb. So we apply the rule. First, we should have a look at the final syllable, which is te. Here, what do we have? We have the schwa. We have the schwa. And you know that the schwa is the weakest sound in English, the weakest vowel. So what shall we do? We decide that this syllable is weak, so we go to the first syllable and give it stress. Okay? So we give stress here to the second because it is strong. But here, the second syllable is weak, so we go back to the first syllable and give it stress because it's stronger than this one. Here we have the vowel a, which is stronger definitely than the vowel the schwa. For more examples on verbs, have a look at page 77. You can practice and then check. You go and stress these verbs and check with the dictionary if your stress patterns are correct or not. Now, what about adjectives? Adjectives are stressed using the same rules. So we deal with verbs, with adjectives, as in the way we did with verbs. So again, we have a look at the final syllable. If that syllable is strong, we give it stress. If that syllable is not strong, we go to the first and give it stress. Okay? So the same rules. Example, we have the word divine. Again, let me change this. Divine. So this is an adjective. How many syllables do we have here? We have 2 syllables. Divine. We have a look at the final syllable. We have the structure of the rhyme. Ein. So we have a diphthong as the nucleus and the consonant na as the coda. Definitely this syllable is strong. So we give it the stress as it is indicated by the short vertical line here. Okay? So since we have I plus ne, we decide that it is a strong syllable and we give it the stress. Now, what about the second adjective, the second example? Even. Even. So this word can either be transcribed like this, and sometimes it's transcribed like this with a syllabic consonant ne. So in both cases, this one and this one, the second syllable is weak, because here we have the schwa, which is very weak, and here we have syllabic consonant, which is also very, very weak. So we apply the rule, we go to the final syllable, we check it. If it is strong, we give it stress. If it is not, we go back to the first. So we have a look at this and discover that this syllable is weak. Again, this is weak. So we go to the first syllable and give it stress, as you can see. The final syllable is weak with a schwa, so we go back to the first syllable and give it stress. These are the rules we use to put stress on two-syllable words. Up to this point, we have talked about adjectives and verbs. Next time, inshallah, we will talk about nouns. One of the students asked about the verb rotate. Rotate. Okay, this is a verb. We have two syllables. We have a look at the second syllable or the final one. We start from the right side, check the final syllable. It is strong, we give it the stress. Okay, so you can practice with other verbs, other adjectives in the same way. Thank you very much for listening. Wish you the best of luck. Thanks.